All right. Well, good evening, KV Rising. This is Jacob Jones along with Terry Wiggs. We are here live from the event center.
Glad to be back with you, folks. We had a heartbreak on Friday night, or the boys did anyway. The girls came away with the win. Little statistics for you here. Last matchup against Morris back on December 7th, the Lady Ponies won that game 47-43. Morris coming off of a loss at Kiefer, and the girls coming off that win that I just mentioned, Henrietta, last Friday. Morris 9-8 for the season, and Lady Ponies 6-11. So hoping for should be a good competitive game, and Lady Ponies get the tip.
Well, it's great to have you back, Terry.
Yeah, it's great to be back. Sorry, folks, I had to skip out early on Friday. Had a bit of a little issue, family issue to deal with, but everything's good, and I'm glad to be back.
Kaiser up at the top of the key.
I knew Jacob could handle it by himself. I'm sure he did a fantastic job.
My vocal cords were drained afterward, but McGuire now. Back to Kaiser, over to McGuire again. She drives in, layup's just off the mark. That's rebounded by Harwood. Harwood goes back up with it. That layup's just off the mark, rebounded by McGuire again. Foul called. The foul's on 23. Wilson. And McGuire at the line. Her first bucket's good. Second one's off the mark, rebounded by Morris. Bullet pass down to number 12. As 13 drives in, pass to 23. 23 shoots it. Just off the mark, rebound Kreitzer. Over to Harwood. McGuire to Kaiser now. Back to McGuire. Back to Kaiser. She's guarded by 12. That's Duclos. McGuire's three, just off the mark, gets her own rebound. Goes off her foot, out of bounds. Morris's starters on the floor. Number 13, Barnett. Number 10, Moore. Number 23, Wilson. Number 12, Duclos. And number 4, Yerger. Or Jaeger.
Jaeger.
Jaeger, yeah. That's Moore in congestion. Harwood almost with a takeaway. That fouls on McGuire. That's her first foul of the game. Barnett drives in, guarded by Kreitzer. That shot's just off the mark. Pickering almost with the rebound. Pickering grabs that rebound, pass to McGuire now. Harwood hesitates on the shot, pass to Pickering. Pass deflected, gets to Kaiser. Pass back to Harwood. Pass inside to Kreitzer. Kreitzer goes up with it.
That's a nice move inside. Kreitzer just a little too strong on the layup. But she will be fouled, so she'll go to the line.
That's Wilson's second foul of the game. Kreitzer's first shot goes in. Second one falls also.
So Kellyville with a 3-0 lead here with 5:40 left in the first period.
They're going to call her for a double dribble. That's Moore for Morris. Kaiser to pass it in to Harwood. Harwood to McGuire. She's guarded by Jaeger. Pass inside to Pickering. She gets it back out to Kaiser. Kaiser over to Harwood. Harwood for three. And it's good. Cameron Harwood with the triple.
And Morris wants a timeout with the Kellyville 6-0 lead here. 5:16 left in the first period. So we're coming out of the timeout. Morse is going to have the ball. The inbounds, the far end of the court. And here we go.
Pickering playing heavy defense on Wilson.
That's number 4 for Morris. Ducos as she drove in down the baseline and drew the foul from Harwood. So she'll go to the line shooting 2.
Her first one's in.
So Morris on the board now. 4:58.
Wilson subs out. Coming in is number 1, Clevenger. Second one's in also. McGuire bring it up to court pretty quick over to Kaiser. Now back to McGuire, almost tipped by Jaeger. Over to Harwood. Harwood hesitates on the shot. Over to Kaiser now. Gets inside to Kreitzer.
Nice play.
That was a wonderful, remarkable play by the Lady Ponies there.
That was great. Moving the ball around. That's what you like to see right there, and that's really what it's going to take during this game, because Morris plays a good, tight defense
Kaiser over to Harwood. Harwood for three. Deep three, just off the mark. Rebounded by 13. That's Barnett.
Deep three there. Good by number 12, Duclos.
Harwood hesitates on the shot, goes for the mid-range jumper, and it's good.
That was a nice look for Harwood there. She wanted the three, but she stepped in and took the mid-range jumper. And
Barnett on that lay-in. Now McGuire, she goes up. Rebound, Kreitzer. Rebound again, Kreitzer. They're going to call a jump ball. It's Morris ball. Morris possession.
Kreitzer playing tough. She's going to take a bit of a break. Here comes Byram in for her. Give her a breather. She played a good 4.5 minutes.
More now. Barnett, open lane. That shot goes in.
That was a nice jumper by Moore for Morris, just outside the paint. And a walk called on Byram.
More now. That pass to Clevenger. Over to Duclos. Inside to Barnett. That layup's just off the mark. Rebound Kaiser. She brings it up the floor now, guarded by Yeager. McGuire now up top the key.
So
Guarded by Moore.
Morris quickly took care of that deficit and is up by one. Kind of quietly, just kind of snuck up. They were down 6-0, and then they had a couple rebounds, 6-2, and then several drives, and there's another one there. So Morris up by 3 now, 13-10.
Byram hesitates on the shot, gives it to McGuire. McGuire now to Pickering. Gets her hand on it. Over to Kaiser. Now over to Harwood. Inside to Byram. Over to McGuire now. Guarded by Moore, takes a hesitation step. Kaiser now with the ball. She drives in, off Yeager's knee. Harwood gets it back.
I don't know how that's not a foul.
I don't know how that's not a foul either. Harwood's down on the floor holding her ear. As McGuire goes in for a very nice layup.
Yeah, I don't know how you're rolling around on the floor. Both girls kind of tied up, but then the girl from Moore, I can't remember, I think it was number 10, hooked Harwood's arm, trying to keep her from getting the ball as it got loose from him.
Kreitzer comes in for Harwood. Rebound Kreitzer now. That shot from Shell. Now Kaiser over to Byram. Byram drives in, guarded by Barnett. She takes mid-range jumper, and it's good.
Nice steal there by McGuire.
Over to Byram, back to McGuire. She gets called for a foul. That's Barnett.
You know, I'm not 100% for sure on my statistics here, but Kreitzer starting the game tonight. I don't know if this is her first game to start of the season. She's been a wonderful player off that 6-man or 6-woman, I guess, off the bench. all season long, but she's got 4 rebounds and 4 points, so she's making all of it here in the first quarter, her opportunity.
First shot doesn't fall, but the second one does. For McGuire at the free throw line. Now it's Duclos. Guarded from distance by McGuire. And she gets it to Clevenger. Over to Yeager. Kaiser gets a hand on it out of bounds. Yeager passing it in, gets it to Duclos. Back inside to Barnett now. Pony ball.
About 22.5 seconds left for the Lady Ponies. See if they can hold it for one shot. If that's what, it's going to be backcourt. I'm not sure. I think maybe the ref thought it was a tip ball, but when McGuire picked it up like she did, he realized that it wasn't. But his partner might have had help on that. So
Yeager guarded by Kaiser, gets it inside to Barnett. The Lady Ponies are really putting tough defense on Barnett.
So after one, your ball game's tied at 15 apiece after one quarter. So close game here. These two teams going back and forth with each other. Pony ball to start the second quarter here.
Kaiser into Byram. Back to Kaiser over to Harwood on the wing. She's guarded by Duclos. Back to Kaiser over to Byram again. That ball's tipped by Yeager. Kaiser gets it back. She drives in, loses handle on it. Goes out of bounds. Barnett drives in. Ball's good. Foul.
I think.
Sorry, not.
He called it on the floor. Both coaches upset. Coach Todd upset with the call. The Moore coach upset, saying that it was a shooting foul.
Yeager passes in.
Easy lay-in.
That's Shell. Now Byram coming down the floor, guarded by Yeager. Now guarded by Barnett. Over to Kaiser, who passes it to McGuire. Inside Pickering, back to Byram. Over to McGuire again. She drives in, guarded by Shell. That layup's just off the mark. Rebound Pickering. Gets it to McGuire. Back over to Byram. Byram fakes the shot out. Now Kaiser on the wing. Back to Byram. She drives in, fakes the shot out again. Kaiser for three. That shot's just off the mark. That's rebounded by Barnett. And that foul's on McGuire. That's her second foul of the game.
Yeah, I really think he misread that. I mean, it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter unless she gets in foul trouble. I really thought that foul was on Pickering. McGuire was there. It was close, but didn't have any contact with the shooter. Or with the rebounder.
And that shot's just off the mark. That's rebounded by Barnett. She passes back outside to 23. Yeager has it now. And Barnett gets that rebound again.
And that foul is going to be on Pickering. Kellyville did well in the first quarter on rebounds, but have been struggling so far here in the first minute and a half of the second quarter. In this possession right here, I think Morris had 3 or 4 shots on goal before they drew the foul. And Kaylee Peterson in for Kellyville.
Kaiser stays in bounds, gets it over to Pickering. Pickering for 3, and it's good. Emma Pickering for the triple.
That's a bank off the glass for 3.
You don't see many of those very often.
You don't. A 3 to answer for Morris on the other end. Now Morris is gonna press here. Byram gonna be double team, but she gets it past.
Back to Byram again. Over to Kaiser. Kaiser inside to Kreitzer. Back to Kaiser again. That's difficult to say.
And Kreitzer, she just didn't feel comfortable, but she should have just went ahead and drove. Went up for that layup, and she got it inside there.
Tip by Kaiser.
She had pressure on her, but she probably would have either made it and drawn the foul, or at least drawn the foul.
Barnett working on Peterson. Comes away with the bucket. Byram now. Over to Pickering.
And they had Kreitzer in the paint underneath and didn't see her.
Kaiser's open right now on the three-point line. Over back to Pickering again. She drives in. And she gets the bucket.
Yeah.
4-point game. Duclos now over to Barnett. She drives in. Shot's just off the mark.
Kreitzer had it for a moment, and luckily Byron was there to pick it up as it got knocked loose from Kreitzer. She rebounded it. So Byron credited with the rebound and then get on the other end there for a nice jumper for 2.
Duclos to Wilson.
2-point ball game, 4 minutes left in the half. And there's a nice steal by Byram. She's 1-on-2 and was able to stay just ahead of both defenders and get in for a lay-in.
Tie game now.
So this game going back and forth. And there's a ball knocked loose from, ball knocked loose by Kaiser. And then they get a foul on number 4 for Morris. So
first of the game.
Nice turnover forced by Kellyville. Here comes some press on Byram, but she gets it to Harwood. Harwood, nice fake. She could not get it to go. That was a nice fake in the paint. It was just too short off the front of the rim.
Duclos for 3, just off the mark. Rebound Wilson. Wilson goes up and down. Oh, come on.
They call it jump ball. And Morse going to have possession arrow.
Now it's Yeager pass inside to Duclos.
Ball's
Take away
loose.
Kaiser. Gets it out to Harwood. Harwood for three. Just off the mark. Rebounded by Moore for Morris.
Turnaround jumper by Moore. So that puts Morris ahead by 2.
Harwood over to Kaiser. Kaiser back to Harwood. Over to Byram. Byram looking for options. Back to Kaiser. Kaiser for three. Just off the mark. Rebound Peterson. Peterson goes back up with that. That shot's just off the mark. Rebound Pickering.
We had 3 girls get involved in rebounds there. Peterson, Pickering, and Byram. And as Byram got that last rebound, tried to put it back up, she was fouled. So she'll go to the line shooting 2 with a chance to tie it here with 2:20 left in the half.
First shot falls.
Second one's
shot.
off the mark just a bit.
Now Barnett.
Wow.
That foul's on Peterson. That's one of those moments when she lowers her shoulder. That's when you take the charge. Yeager passing it in. Gets it to Duclos. Gives it back to her. Guarded by Harwood. Throws it over to Wilson. And shot falls from Moore.
They have to hurry now with that 10-second. Byram gets it to Harwood. And Harwood loses the handle. And ball goes out of bounds. So turnover for Kellyville. More 1:45 left here in the half, and they have the 3-point lead with the ball.
Barnett over to Wilson. Wilson for three. That's just off the mark. That's rebounded by Peterson.
They call it jump ball. That wasn't much of a jump ball. She just had it between down in her lap, more or less.
Harwood, Yeager coming behind her. Over to Byram. Harwood for three. And that's good.
That ball, I think, it hit every part of the rim. It bounced around and finally went in. So that ties at 28 apiece here.
Yeager for three. That's just in and out. Rebound Kaiser. Triple team. Now over to Harwood, inside to Peterson. Peterson with a bucket.
I like how the Lady Ponies are kind of moving the ball around. There's a three by Wilson.
Back to Harwood. Harwood for three. And it's good.
And Lady Ponies just answering right back. Maintaining 2-point lead, 33-31, about 25 seconds left. See if Lady Ponies can get a stop here and have enough time to go down and try to put 2 more on the board at least. And they can't get the stop. Clock's running, which really shouldn't be running. As soon as that was scored, they should have stopped it.
Harwood for three again, and it's good. Cameron Harwood.
And that's the end of the half. The score 36-33. Lady Ponies as Harwood lights up the 3-point line here in the second quarter. She has 12 points from the 3-point range and an additional 2. So she's got a total of 14 points on the game so far for Harwood. So she's on fire. Hopefully she can keep that fire going coming out for the third quarter. And I think we're going to take a break, Jacob.
Yep, sounds good to me. So we should return here in about 8 minutes.
Yeah, about 8 minutes, so we'll see you back. Okay, folks, we're welcome back. About to get started here. The third quarter. Getting ahead of myself.
I'm here on time.
Your score is 36-33. Ponies with the lead. Morse has the inbounds here to start the third, and here we go.
Moore guarded by McGuire. Over to Barnett. Barnett drives in. McGuire falls to the ground. Pickering with the rebound. Gets it to Harwood. McGuire to Kaiser. Over to Pickering inside. Back to Harwood. Harwood hesitates on the shot. Over to McGuire now. Back to Kaiser. Over to Harwood again. Inside to Kreitzer. Kreitzer back to Harwood. Over to Kaiser again. That pass is deflected by Yeager. Picked up by Duclos. And Kaiser with the steal over to Harwood, who passes to Pickering. She passes to McGuire. McGuire for three. That's just off the mark. Rebounded by Wilson. Barnett guarded by Kreitzer. Over to Moore. Barnett goes inside. Layup's good. 35-36.
That's Hardwood's third foul, so she's going to take a break. I didn't see it. Hardwood's upset. She's just upset with herself that she committed the foul, or she disagrees with the call. And I didn't see it close enough. I know Coach Todd was upset with the call, so. I think that's why Hardwood's upset. She disagreed with the call there.
Push, that's Wilson. That's her third.
Now Wilson going to take a break.
It's Clevenger coming in for Wilson.
A tie ball game here, 36 all, 6:23 left in the third.
Pickering pass into Kaiser. Kaiser for three. That's just off the mark. Rebounded by, tipped in back by McGuire and into Pickering to get the lay-in. Kreitzer with that rebound gets it to McGuire. McGuire, jump shot. That's touched by Duclos. Pony ball. Pickering passing it in now. Gets it to Kaiser. Kaiser over to Pickering. Over to Byram. Byram drives inside. Pass back out to Kaiser. Kaiser for three. That's just off the mark. Rebound to McGuire. Gets it back to Byram. Into McGuire. And she drives in. She's fouled. That's Barnett's second foul of the game. McGuire to the line. She's shooting two at this trip.
McGuire two of four from the line so far this evening. And with that one, she goes 3 of 5. And McGuire makes both. So the Ponies up 40-36.
Barnett pass to Yeager. And the three-pointer by Clevenger. McGuire to Kaiser now. Back to McGuire again. Over to Byram. Byram to McGuire. That ball's tipped away, taken away by 33. I don't have the roster in front of me.
Barnett. So Moore up by one, 41-40. These two teams just keep trading punches.
Kaiser pass to McGuire. She drives in, and it's good. Back and forth. Barnett's layup just off the bottom of the backboard. Kreitzer with the rebound to McGuire, or to Byram, sorry. Drives in, behind the back pass to McGuire.
Byram, it was a nice attempt at a pass, but I feel like with that move, she should have just gone up with it. Had a better chance there.
Barnett, drive in, lay in, good. She was guarded by Kreitzer. Now Byram bringing it up the floor for the Lady Ponies.
That's a nice drive by Byram. She just couldn't get it to go.
They're going to call a foul. That's Pickering. It's her second foul of the game.
Oh, my gosh.
What are you agreeing with, disagreeing with, Terry?
Well, they're saying that Pickering shifted over. She didn't. She stayed still. There was contact, but she didn't move.
Barnett's first free throw is good as Peterson comes in for Kreitzer.
I kind of feel like, officials are hesitant or won't call the offensive foul unless the defender falls down. And, I mean, that call right there, Pickering didn't move. There was contact, but Pickering didn't move. She was set, didn't move, and there was hip contact between Barnett and her. There should have been no call or offensive call. But like I said, I can't really recall where they've called offensive on a charge where the defender didn't fall down.
Yeah. McGuire over to Kaiser. Kaiser for three. It's just off the mark. Almost gets her own rebound. Close with that rebound. Takes it down the floor, pass to Moore. Peterson, good contest on that shot. McGuire now. Over to Kaiser. Kaiser over to Byram. Byram to Pickering. Pickering's shot is good.
Nice move by Pickering there. Pickering now with 9 points.
Yeager, guarded by Kaiser. She drives inside. It's Kaiser's first foul of the game.
See, like that play right there, I don't believe Yeager had a chance at all on an open lane to the basket, but she just drove and drew the foul.
Yeah.
Lady Ponies didn't need to do more of that because the lane's not getting open for them, but I almost feel like, whether it's, doesn't really matter, whether it's Byram, Pickering, McGuire, any of them really, if they just start driving in.
Second one falls, first one in and out.
I've seen some openings where if they just drove in, they would most likely draw a foul, but instead they're kicking it back out. Like right here. Yep, no foul called, but and I'm not sure how the ball is out on us. It got knocked out of Kaiser's hands, but eventually those calls got to go your way if you just drive in. There's a nice steal by McGuire.
Foul there. That's Moore's first foul of the game.
I think each team has a couple players with 3 fouls. Not a lot of fouls called so far tonight. And for the most part, I haven't seen anything just outrageous missed by these officials. There have been a couple of questionable calls, but that's going to happen in every game.
Byram over to Kaiser. Kaiser inside to Pickering, back to Byram. Byram for 3, just off the mark. Rebound McGuire. She gets it inside to Pickering. Pickering for the lay-in, just off the mark. Rebound Barnett.
My. There's another one off the glass.
Duclos for 3. Byram now driving in, Euro step. Lay-in's just off the mark. It's tipped out by Pickering.
So, kind of quietly, Morris has increased their lead by 5. There's a
Takeaway,
steal.
Kaiser. Guarded by Clevenger. Makes space, pass to Byram. Peterson with the rebound. She takes it out. Over to Kaiser now. Gets it over to McGuire. Passes it to Byram. She's fouled.
She'll go to the line shooting 2. 39.4 seconds remaining here in the third. Morris with the lead, 49-44. And Byram makes her first attempt. Makes her 2 for 3 on the night so far from the free throw line. And her second one's in and out.
Rebound Barnett. She brings it up the floor for the Lady Eagles and drives in. Layup's just off the mark. Rebound Byram as she takes it up the floor. And gets the bucket. 21 seconds left. Third quarter. 49-47. Moore now with the ball.
That's 10 points for Byram on the evening. 2-point ball game.
Barnett guarded by Peterson. Pass inside. Pass tipped away. That's Peterson's second of the game. Gets to Clevenger, who's guarded by Pickering. Now Byram has to shoot it. Just off the mark.
So after 3, Morris is leading by 2, 49-47. So you had your first quarter ended in a tie, 15 all. Halftime score was 36-33. Kellyville with the lead. And now here after 3, Morris with a 2-point lead, 49-47. So it's gone back and forth all game long. Too many lead changes to keep track of, but there's been multiple. which I have to say I kind of prefer. I like a back and forth game, a little more exciting.
I'd say it's pretty up there in number. The amount of lead changes that we've had has to be pretty up there. Trying something difficult here, Terry. Trying to film from sitting in the same seat that I'm sitting in so I can move the scoreboard also.
Well, are we at a temporary loss of an employee?
Yep. I can't do it very far.
Well, you take care. Show me what to click on for the score. I'll try to do that.
She's coming right back, so there she is.
Okay.
Barnett gets it to Moore.
Rebound there by Harwood.
Kreitzer over in the corner to Byram, back to Harwood. Harwood over to McGuire. Now to Byram as she drives in. They're going to call her for a travel.
My goodness. Yeah, that I don't know how you call someone for a walk when they don't have the ball in their hands. The ball got knocked loose from Byram. But here we are.
Moore, mid-range jumper, just off the mark, gets her own rebound. She drives back in. That layup's just off the mark. And Harwood's fouled. Well, Terry, I don't know if you saw it today, but sports world was quite shaken up. Tom Brady officially announced his retirement from the NFL.
Well, I don't know that I call it a shakeup. ESPN announced it 3 days ago. So.
Yeah, well, he officially announced it today, and then Caleb Williams transferred to USC from Oklahoma.
And that's not news either. That's been known for
since he entered the portal.
That's
really.
Been known for well over a month.
Harwood for three. Take the lead back.
You know, don't know the young man, and I'm sure he thinks he made the decision best for him, but I can't imagine how Mr. Williams believes he's going to have more opportunity at USC that won't be relevant for at least another 2 or 3 years. If he'd have stayed at OU, they would come out definitely ranked next year. I don't know if they'd necessarily be in the top 10, but they would come out ranked. He'd have more of a chance at a Heisman run with OU than he does USC. Now, maybe 2 years from now, it'll look good that he's at USC maybe, but for the next 2 years, I think he made a mistake. There you go, back to basketball. And there's a charge. No. What? He called a charge. He did the motion of a charge. And then he did the motion of a charge and even pointed the other way.
Yeah.
But he's calling a block on McGuire. Wow. I kind of feel like the Moore's head coach changed his mind because he made the motion, body language motion of a offensive charge. And the Morris coach started jumping up and down. So with that, Morris ahead by 2, 52-50. definitely more with about 5:40 left in this ball game. More scoring from both teams in this second matchup of the season.
Harwood McGuire, she drives in, and she's fouled. No call. Barnett gets bodied, and they call the foul on Byram. Moore pass inside.
Timeout called by Kellyville. So Kellyville with 6 team fouls and Morris with 5. So one more foul on Kellyville and Morris will go to in the bonus. And Kellyville is 2 away from being in bonus. With a 4-point game here at 4:58 remaining in the ball game. Folks, we're going to stay tuned after the game. We normally take a break, but we're going to stay tuned because they're going to do teacher appreciation night. So each senior gets to recognize what they consider one of the most influential teachers of their high school career. So we'll have that live for you folks that are at home here coming up between this game and the boys' game.
Byram over to Kaiser. Kaiser now to McGuire. Pass to Byram again, back to Kaiser. Over to McGuire at the top of the key, over to Harwood. Back inside to Byram, back to Harwood up top. For 3. Shot's just off the mark, rebounded by Moore.
Nice block there by McGuire.
Barnett with the takeaway, guarded by Kaiser.
And Morris with a 6-point lead. Takes 30-second timeout with 4:01 remaining in the ball game. So Kellyville with literally 1 second away from half of the fourth quarter being done has only scored 3 points in the last 3 minutes and 59 seconds. So which is what leads to Morris having that 6-point lead. They started the fourth with a 2-point lead, 49-47. Here it is 56-50. Kellyville's got to find some offense here in the last 4 minutes of the ball game before Morris walks off with this. And that isn't going to start it as they almost turn it over. Fortunately, they have the possession arrow on that tie-up.
Harwood for 3. That's just off the mark. Rebounded by McGuire. Over to Kaiser now. He gets it to Byron, back to Kaiser. Kaiser, deep 3. That's just off the mark. That's rebounded by Yeager. She brings it up the floor, guarded by Harwood.
Moore's gonna not get. They're gonna not get in a hurry right here. try to burn some clock. Yeah.
Contact limbs fall out.
He's calling injury. The refs was yelling injury as we were going down the floor. And Barnett lost contact, but that's not an injury. Losing the contact's not an injury. If he wanted to stop the clock, he should have called a timeout. Because she was able to go down. She's able to go down the floor and get a rebound, so she's not injured. Yeah. I'm glad that the refs didn't stop the clock for that.
Byram, as the entire other half of the arena is calling for a walk. McGuire inside, gets the lay-in.
4-point ball game with 2:07. Back to 6-point game.
Byram for 2.
Back to a 4-point game. 1:42 left. Kellyville needs to get a stop here and go down and score. And there it is. There's the steal. Nice.
Byram for 2 again, and it's good.
And Byram with 14 on the night. With those 2 jumpers, puts them within 2 with 1:14 left. So you got Byram with 14. McGuire, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Harwood with 17. Pickering with 9. Peterson with 2. Kreitzer with 4. And Kreitzer has 6 rebounds. Peterson 3. Pickering 4. Harwood 2. McGuire 4. Byram 3. Kaiser 2. Another thing to note, Kaiser with 4 steals. And McGuire with 2 steals. And anybody just joining us that is joining us for the upcoming boys game, just a quick note, we are going to stay live here between the games for teacher appreciation, as the seniors will recognize their most influential teacher of their high school career coming up here immediately following the game. So coming down to right at 1 minute, 60 seconds. Morris with a 2-point lead, and that should be a walk, but they're going to call a foul. She carried the ball on her hip.
And that's Peterson's 3rd of the game.
I feel like Barnett's gotten away with a couple of walks in the paint tonight. That one specifically, that ball got kind of trapped on her hip. No fault of hers, but kind of got trapped on her hip, and she got an extra step in. The first attempt, no good, so remains a 2-point game. So 55.9 seconds. Lady Ponies might be looking at a 3-point deficit, but hopefully this will fall short. And it doesn't. So 3-point ball game. Plenty of time for the Lady Ponies as just as McGuire takes the ball past half court. Coach Todd calls a timeout. So Lady Ponies, just some important statistics. Lady Ponies with 7 team fouls. So they do not have a foul to give. They have to start fouling. It will send Morris to the line 1-1. Morris has 5 team fouls. So they have a couple of fouls to give. And then Kellyville with 3 timeouts left. Morris with 2 timeouts left. So hopefully Coach Todd's coming up with a play. Hardwood's been hot from the 3-point line, but mostly in the first half. So we'll see if Coach Todd is going to play for a 3-point shot or just try to drive the lane and hopefully draw a foul. And then get a stop on defense. Quite a bit of time with 3 timeouts left. 53 and a half seconds is a lot of time. So we'll see what the Lady Ponies come up with here. Yeah, Peterson. And Byram with that nice jumper that she's been hot at tonight. So that closes to a 1-point ball game. Kellyville's got to get a stop right here, though. 35 seconds.
They're telling them to press, telling them to go, because Barnett's going to drive in.
They need, and there's the foul right there. Stops the clock at 23.3. So that does send Morris to the line for 1-1. So obviously if she makes both shots, will be back to a 3-point game. And Kellyville will have about 23 seconds left to try to take that 3-point shot. Why do they not have to take a timeout here? Morris got a free timeout right there. For some reason or another.
Shots off the mark, rebound Peterson over to Byram. Last second drive. Harwood now, over to Kaiser. Kaiser over to Byram. Byram trying to look for something. Stays Lady Pony ball.
7.2 seconds, 1-point ball game, 59-58, Lady Pony ball. So hopefully they get at least a shot on goal with 7.2 seconds left. I imagine Morse is going to be tight on defense, tight on the inbounds pass. So whoever gets the inbound pass isn't going to have a whole lot of time to mess around. They're going to have to get open really quick and get a good shot on goal off. You know, I think the best play here is to try to get a inbounds pass within the 3-point line and then drive to the goal. Try to get the lay in, and at the very least try to draw the foul. So if you miss the layup, you still got a chance to go to the line, tie the ball game with at least one of those free throws, and win if you make both. No need, in my opinion, no need to take a 3-point shot here. It's inbounds on the baseline in the corner.
Inside to McGuire. Lay in is good. Clock still running. Timeout. 1.9 seconds left. We got a foul on 23.
Was there a foul called on the shot?
He was signaling 23.
Why is there 3:04 put back on the clock?
I think it's 3.4.
Still don't get it right.
34.
Still not right. There we go, 3.4 seconds. And they didn't call the foul, I guess, because they're not taking a shot, so. Get on her, get on her.
No good, Lady Ponies win.
60-59, Lady Ponies take the win. Congratulations.
Amazing layup with the very final seconds from Tony McGuire.
Congratulations, Lady Ponies. And like I said, we're going to stay live because they're going to come. They're going to do this teacher appreciation immediately, I believe. But the boys are waiting to line up, or waiting to come out, but they're going to have to do. They're going to do the teacher appreciation. So, Jacob, I will say I went back and watched Homecoming, and for whatever reason, when I watched it on my phone, the audio was fine. But when I watched it on the TV, you could barely hear your dad doing the announcement. So I don't know what causes that, but I guess we did maybe turn up the mics just a little bit on these announcements, and hopefully people at home can hear it. While we're waiting, Jacob, I'll go ahead and give us a little bit of statistics. The Morris boys come in tonight 12-5. Their last game was a win over Kiefer, 66-51. Your Ponies come in at 7-10. Their last game was Friday night in a heartbreak loss last few seconds, 48-51. So the last matchup, Morris kind of won handedly, 73-54, so hopefully there's not a repeat of December 7th for tonight's game. And I believe that your Ponies have done a lot of growing and a lot of improvement since December 7th, so it should be a more competitive game, hopefully. And here we go, about to get started.
There it is, just all at the same time.
they'll line them up and then recognize them each one at a time as they just kind of go down the line, I believe.
I've forgotten how this goes because I didn't get one, so ours was cut short. So anyway, here's Mr. Pierce with the announcement for Teacher Appreciation Night.
Well, there you have it, folks. I do want to give a shout out to all teachers across Oklahoma and across the United States. What a tremendous job! What a hard job you have, and a lot of times underappreciated. You form the future to our country, and have an influence on just about anything that you can think about in a daily,
Absolutely.
as your daily activities. Almost any day of the week or any day of the year, you can probably think of a teacher that might have influenced you to make that particular decision of the day, or just had an influence in your life. So, thank you, teachers. We appreciate everything you do and all the dedication that you have to the young people of this community, this state, and this country. Thank you very much.
And if you're a Kellyville student watching this, appreciate your teachers. Um, they work very hard, and not only in making the school succeed, but to also help you in life in every single situation that you can possibly be in. So, Kellyville teachers, I mean, you guys are amazing. So, thank you guys. I believe our boys are getting ready to run out.
Yeah, so we'll stay on just for a few minutes to get them run out for the warm up. Looks like they put 12 minutes on the clock, so here in a second we get them to do here comes Morris. And your ponies will enter the court here shortly. We'll see that, and then we'll take a break. Appears it's going to be about a 9-minute break or so. Here comes your ponies. So as they warm up here, we're going to take a quick break. Like I said, we'll be back in about 9 minutes or so to bring you live action between Morris and your Kellyville ponies. See you here in a few. And there you have it, folks, your starting lineup.
Beat me to it, Terry. Starting lineup for both teams. Kellyville wearing throwback uniforms tonight, so you see some number changes there.
Bellis wearing number 20 instead of number 2. Like I said, Morris walked off with the first matchup between these two teams. Hopefully it's more competitive tonight. And Kellyville will bring some of those improvements that they've seen since December. The tip's going to go to Morris. And disruption caused by Norris, but the ball's going to go out of bounds on him, so Morris will take control, or maintain control. Good grief. An early 3. Thomas lost the handle, but he saved it, got it back into Kellyville loses the ball underneath the goal, turns it over. That's going to be a kick ball on Kellyville as Norris sticks his foot out to block the pass. And another three-point shot, and there's a rebound by Wiggs. Bellis, ball at the top of the key, almost stolen by Morris. And Norris going to have that pass tipped. He tried to get it inside, looked like to Bellis. So Kellyville here with a couple of quick turnovers. Going to have to keep an eye on the turnovers against a team like this. And there's a steal by Thomas. And ball knocked out of bounds. So Kellyville's going to maintain possession here. And they're going to call Mosby on the foul. Wow. As he was knocked to the ground by number 11, Dunn Spencer going after that ball. And they somehow get Mosby on the foul. There's a steal by Mosby. Rebound Thomas. So both teams struggling here early. And finally Bellis breaks the goose egg for the Ponies and puts the first points of the game on the board with that jumper. And that's with about 5.5 minutes left. So 2.5 minutes expired before anybody even scored. And then Morris answers on the other end. Fulton with a jumper up over the outreached arms of Wiggs. Bellis, baseline. Mosby for 3, and it's good. And believe Kellyville with the timeout. 4:44 left here in the first. 5-2. Kellyville with the 3-point lead. So both teams so far here with just about half of the first quarter gone, struggling on offense. 7 point total in the first 3.5 minutes of the ball game between the two teams. Considering 127 points scored between the two of them last matchup, they're going to have to turn it on to match that.
A lot of ball movement from Morris here.
And a three by number 10, Keegan Burgess. So that ties at 5 apiece here with 4:10 left in the first. And Wiggs can't get the first one to go, gets a rebound, can't get the second one to go. And a walk called on Dunn Spencer. So Kellyville will take the ball, and Chronister in the game, giving Thomas a break. Also Miles.
Mosby for three, just off the mark.
Rebounded by Burgess for Morris. That ball stolen by Bellis. And then Wiggs gets it knocked away as he tries to move down the court with it. Shot off the mark, but Cody Smith comes up with a rebound and puts it back up. A short jumper for two. So Morris with a 2-point lead, 7-5. Nice. Oh, nice pass by Chronister to Mosby in the paint. He can't get the lay-in to go. And Smith on the other end. So Morris with the quick 4-point lead. And here comes Miles with the drive in, gets it knocked out. Kellyville maintains possession. Tom's going to come in for Wiggs, and Nance coming in for Mosby. And Chronister trying to get that ball to Nance. Another turnover there for Kellyville. And a three. So Kellyville, Coach Fairchild with the timeout as Morris jumps to a 7-point lead. So I have the Ponies down for 4 turnovers so far, and I'm probably being generous with 2 minutes remaining in the first. So Kellyville's got to tighten up on ball security if they want to have a chance tonight against Morris. Got to keep control of the ball. We're struggling a little bit on offense. More starting to find their offense. But that's off of probably that 7-point lead is probably off of those 4 turnovers, probably for sure. Kellyville does have 3 steals, so they're forcing turnovers as well. But we got to maintain ball security and find our offense here. 1:55 left in the first.
Inside to Miles. Back out to Cronister. Cronister for 3. Shift off the mark. Rebound to Thomas.
Thomas with that rebound.
Nance passes into Miles. Over to Bellis. Bellis, deep 3. Just off the mark.
Miles with the rebound. Comes Bellis. Bellis kicks it to Cronister. Cronister back out to Bellis. Bellis for 3. That ball's going to go off at number 21, Cody Smith for Morris. So Kellyville ball, and Wiggs and Mosley back in the game. Going to give Bellis and Nance a breather. And Cronister trying to get it inside. Another turnover by Kellyville. And Morris, back-to-back, 3 rebounds. And Morris coach is really upset. I'm not sure what's going on, why he could be upset with 3 shots on goal and 3 offensive rebounds, but they must not be doing something correctly. So 47 seconds away from the expiration of the first quarter, and Kellyville with just 5 points. Morris not doing much better with 12, so low scoring first quarter so far. Kellyville's got to find their offense. This is a high power offense, at least what we saw in the first matchup in Morris. So if we want to match them for the game, we got to find our offense, and that's going to start with ball security. We're looking at 5 turnovers so far here in the first. There's a rebound by Thomas. And Thomas's shot way too strong. Goes up and rests on the top of the backboard for a moment, then falls off the backside.
Good job, Wiggs, there.
Wiggs with the block to stop the shot at the end of the first. So your first quarter score, Morris 12, Kellyville just 5. So Kellyville's got to figure something out. A 5-point quarter is not going to do it. We come in here in the second quarter. Bells with a field goal and Mosby with a 3. Here's your 5 points for Kellyville. Thomas and Wiggs working the board. Thomas with 4. Wiggs with 2 rebounds. Miles with 1. Kellyville with 3 steals. But the thing that stands out to me, Jacob, here in the first quarter is those, at least the ones that I have documented, the 5 turnovers for Kellyville.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely an eyesore on the stat sheet.
Yeah, and I hadn't run the stats. Kellyville struggled all season long with turnovers. At one point, they were averaging above 20 a game. So that has been a struggle of theirs most of the season. And, you know, partially ball handling and partially bad passing, as Wiggs gets it inside and goes up, and he's going to be fouled, so he'll go to the line. So Wiggs at the line for 2. And his first one's off the mark. And second one off the mark. So Wiggs' struggle from the free throw line continue. He was just 2 of 9 against Henrietta Friday night. Very unusual. As Thomas steals that ball, this starts to fall out of bounds, so he throws it back in, and it goes straight to Moore's player. And Miles with the rebound. And I just noticed Miles wearing a different jersey, number 30. And he gets it in to Wiggs for 2 in the paint. So finally, Kellyville gets away from that 5 and closes the lead just a little bit. Morris with the 5-point lead, 12-7. Here with about a minute and a half expired off the second quarter. There's going to be a foul on Cody Smith. He's working against Miles, and Miles got in position and wasn't able to come down with the rebound, but he's fouled by Smith, so Kellyville ball. Wiggs with a turnaround jumper. Good for 2. And a 3 by number 10, Keegan Burgess for 3. So Kellyville, or correction, Morris, a 6-point ball game, 15-9. Wiggs for 3. It's off the mark. Thomas tips it out, but it goes straight to Jackson Fulton for Morris. That ball's off the mark. It's a rush to the ball. Miles almost comes up with it. And Morris, coach, gets the timeout as his player was about to fall backwards on the triple team trap. And just before he lost control of it, the Morris coach got the timeout, so they're going to maintain possession. 5:27 left in the half. Morris 15, your ponies 9. So your ponies kind of quietly putting together a close in the lead. The last 2 possessions offense have produced points, so they get a stop here and go down and get a couple stops, go down and get some points on the board. And I guess Norris must have some blood on his leg or something, so they're going to bring him out of the game. Cronister going to come in so they can get Norris patched up. Wiggs with the rebound. Oh, and they call Wiggs for the charge. That's going to be his first. A good spin move by Wiggs, but he does get called for the charge. Close call there. Not sure the defender was quite set, but there's a jumper there by that was Kelsey for Morris that scored that last. Nice baseline move by Thomas for two. He drove the baseline. And Thomas with the rebound and the foul. That's 5 rebounds for Thomas, so Thomas doing a great job on the board so far. 4:10 remaining in the half. 6-point ball game, 17-11. Morris with the lead. And number 10, Keegan Burgess, called for the blocking foul. That's going to be his first. Kellyville inbounds it here near court. And you got Miles and Cronster over there fighting for the rebound. It's going to go out on Morris. So Kellyville ball baseline. 3:50 remaining in the half. Bellis with the inbounds. Gets it to Norris. Wiggs jumper too strong. And Morris comes up with the rebound. Miles on the other end with the rebound. Here comes Bellis. Norris with the rebound, and he's going to be fouled. That's 6 team fouls for Morris. Well, one more will send Kellyville into bonus. Kellyville with just 3 team fouls. 17-11, 3:01 remaining. Wiggs, corner 3.
We'll call it a pass.
Yeah. We'll call it a pass. I'll even give Miles the assist. Oh, my.
Oh, wow.
Miles with a blocking foul. I kind of felt like 24 just lost his footing trying to go around him. And Wiggs with the punch out, and the ball ends up in Norris' hands. Norris to Miles.
Ooh!
Wiggs tried to one-hand dunk, couldn't get it to go. The ball was just a little strong off the glass, and he had to reach back deep to get it with one hand and was losing his elevation and wasn't able to get it to go in. There's a push off by number 2, Morris. No call there, though. Wiggs with the rebound. Miles for 3. In and out. Rebound. Morris. Miles is calling for a substitution. I don't know if he got hurt as he fell down there trying to get that rebound. And there's a 3. North's going to come up with the rebound. Norris over to Bellis. Bellis inside the paint. Nice drive by Bellis for 2. Kellyville has quietly closed this lead. 8-point lead at one time is down to 2-point lead, 17-15. As Jackson Fulton wanted that 3 and then changed his mind. And that ball's going to go out of bounds. Fulton thought the pass was to him, but they were trying to get it in the corner to, I believe, Kelsey. Fulton got a hand on it thinking the pass was to him, and it went out of bounds. So Kellyville ball, 1:09 remaining in the half. Here comes Kellyville. Bellis bringing the ball up. 17-15 Morris. Thomas gets the ball knocked loose in the paint. And on the other end, layup. Nice shot there by Nance for 2. .20 seconds remaining. Morris looks like they're going to be content with a last second shot. Hey, there's the drive for the lay-in, and Bellis with the rebound. 5 seconds. Norris for 3. And the last second sling to the goal by Morris, no good, but Morris does leave the half with a 2-point lead, 19-17. But I will say Kellyville did a good job closing that lead. They were down by 8 at one point, and they got it within 2 to go into the locker room. So we'll see how the outcome is for the remainder as we come back here in a few moments. Probably about 7 minutes. We'll take a break, and we'll see you back here then.
right, we are back for the second half of basketball. We were temporarily out of an employee again. It's camera work. I'm going to do the best I can to do both.
Yeah, I can help track the score. So 21-17 Morris. As they go down and score there on their first possession. Miles gets it over to Thomas for two. And then they're able to get the rebound and put it back in. Cody Smith. So again, back to a 4-point game. Wiggs to Thomas, and he gets that ball blocked. Miles with the rebound. Wiggs able to get inside for two. Back to a 2-point game. So far, Kellyville just hadn't been able to come up with that stop, and there's a possession of Morrison, no points. So see if Kellyville can. And they do. They maintain possession. So if Kellyville capitalize on this possession here, they're able to tie the game up. They've been getting it within two, and then Morris goes back, pushes it to four, and there it is. So inbound by Bellis to Wiggs, and that ties it at 23 apiece. 5:50 remaining in the third. And Cody Smith with two from the paint. Puts Morris back up by two. And short jumper by Bellis gets his own rebound. And that's going to be tied up as he goes back up trying to. And Kellyville with the possession arrow, so they will maintain here. That ball's tipped by Fulton, and he goes in. He's going to be fouled by Miles, but he does make the basket, so. Fulton going to be at the line trying to make it a 3-point play. That was the Fulton show. He tipped that ball from the inbounds, stole the ball, and then went down and for the layup, drew the foul. So Miles with the rebound there on the missed free throw. 5-point ball game, 27-23, 5:05 remaining in the third. Bellis with the drive and the 2-point off the glass. And there's Cody Smith just standing alone in the paint for an easy bucket. Almost a turnover. Mosby, that shot was blocked. And then Wiggs with the block. Wiggs with the big block there at the other end. And then Morris coach yelling at the ref. Still yelling at him. And Wiggs with the fadeaway jumper. So, again, 2-point game, 29-27. 3 on the outside, no good. Mosby with the rebound. Here comes Kellyville. Oh, my. So that long pass to Mosby. Mosby caught it, but his balance was taking him out of bounds. He slung it back in the air, tried to get it to Wiggs. And Wiggs lost the handle, but then I think they said Mosby stepped out or touched it when he was out of bounds. So they gave it to Morris. Now Morris comes down the other end and turns it over. Here comes Bellis. I didn't see how Morris got the ball there. It was a turnover.
Yeah. Bellis was holding on to it, and they just came in and kind of snatched it away.
So Fulton at the line there makes his first. Cronister with that rebound on the miss free throw.
Good pass inside to Mosby.
Who's that pass from? Was that Cronister?
That was Norris, I believe.
Norris.
And Mosby gets the rebound.
Mosby trying to get it to Wiggs in transition, but it was stolen. Wiggs with the rebound. Kellyville fortunate there. And the Ponies are going to have to start making a little bit more deliberate passes. They're making lazy, slow passes. And Morris is taking advantage of it and still on the ball. 1 point game, 30-29. Morris with Dunn Spencer at the line, shooting 2. And he makes his first. And Thomas and Nance going to come in for Bellis and Mosby. Thomas gets a hand on it, but can't bring it in and gets it knocked out. So Morris ball. And they get it into Cody Smith, working to top the key. Long 3 by Kelsey. 5-point game, 1:51 left in the third, 34-29. I didn't even see Nance involved in that play.
Yeah, not in the slightest.
Was Nance even in was he even within 15 feet of that play?
Once again, instant replay on my phone. I got to go back and watch it. I can't not. I mean, how do you?
So quickly, Morris, couple of turnovers for Kellyville, and Morris capitalizes and spreads it back out to 7 points.
Yeah, Nance was in that. He was in that little huddle down there, but he wasn't really involved in the play as much as some others were. Mosby for 3.
Thomas with the rebound and the putback. So 5-point game, 36-31, 105 remaining in the third. Oh, there's a walk that they missed. And that ball's going to be too high of a pass. Goes out of bounds, so Kellyville ball. Officials definitely missed that walk. He took an extra step before he made that pass. Coach Fairchild very excited on the other side of the court in the coach's box. And Bellis going to be fouled as he gets that ball underneath. So Nance with the inbounds here, 32.2 seconds. Bellis for 3. And Morris comes up with the rebound. So 16 and a half seconds. Nine seconds. 3 in the corner, no good. Nance. And Thomas with the jumper, too strong off the glass. So after 3, Morris with the 5-point lead, 36-31. So Morris has led all 3 quarters. First quarter in a 12-5 lead. Second in the half, they led by 2, 19-17. And now they got a 5-point lead at 36-31. Still a low-scoring game, considering the last matchup was, like I said, 120-plus points between the 2 teams. And we're nowhere close to breaking 100. Between the 2. So I would say both teams struggling on offense tonight. Sound like a broken record, but the edge given to Morris by Kellyville turnovers. I have them down for 10 turnovers so far in 3 quarters. And I know for a fact that there's probably a couple that I haven't documented. So double-digit turnovers, keeping Kellyville kind of out of control of this game. Otherwise, I think they would be in control. a stop jumper by Dunn Spencer, good for 2, just outside the paint. And here comes Kellyville. Bellis surveying. Thomas gets the pass tipped. And Wiggs or Bellis couldn't come down with the rebound, gave Morse multiple chances. Thomas gets his own rebound, puts it back for 2. So 7-point ball game, 40-33. And again, a couple turnovers by Kellyville, and Morris went down and capitalized, got points out of it. And Kellyville still struggling on offense. Got Bellis with 6, Thomas with 8, Wiggs with 12, Mosby with 5, and Nance with 2. This juncture in the game, those are usually all higher, and also points from more than 5 players. Morris almost playing keep away a little bit. Nance comes up with the rebound. Nance to Mosby. Mosby inside jumper. Nice move by Mosby for 2. 5-point game. We need a stop here, Ponies. Bellis with a rebound. Pass trying to get to Nance in the corners, deflected out of bounds. Kellyville ball. 5:42 remaining in the ball game. Nance for 3. Off the mark. I guess the ref believes you can't reach over someone's head. No body contact there by Bellis. He just literally jumped up higher, reached over and grabbed the ball and called for a foul. That's going to be his second. Kellyville with 5 team fouls. Morris with just 1 here in the second half. And Dunn Spencer in the corner for 3. Wiggs can't get it to go. And blocked by Wiggs. There's 3 blocks on the night for Wiggs so far. 8-point game, 43-35, 4:34 left. Kellyville needs a couple of stops here. Back door wide open. The zone defense just isn't working for Kellyville tonight. It's just Morris is having a lot of wide open looks at the goal. Reverse layup by Wiggs is good for 2. And there it is again. Back door open. We luckily closed in on it. (45-37), 3:15 remaining in the game. That's backcourt. So turnover by Morris gives Kellyville the ball with 3:10 remaining. Eight-point game. Bellis tries to save it, but nobody there for the Ponies. And nice defense by Mosby to knock that ball loose as it goes. They went up for the shot. 2:47. Morris ball. 45-37. Morris with the lead. Timeout Morris. So Kellyville with 5 team fouls. Somehow Morris with just 1. So if this does come a close game, Morris is going to have a ton of fouls to give. If it gets close here and Kellyville somehow to close the gap and get ahead, and Morris is definitely going to be able to stop the clock multiple times with just 1 foul. Kellyville with 2, or each team with just 2 timeouts left.
Student section very active in tonight's game.
It's an 8-point game, 2:47. Kellyville's got to finish it. Kellyville's got to finish the game with no turnovers in order to have a chance to bring home the W. They cannot have any more turnovers tonight. And they're going to have to get a couple of stops on defense. And there's one. So walk called. Kellyville ball, 2:39. And Wiggs is going to be fouled. I think they're going to call it on the floor. Yeah, they are going to call that on the floor. That was on number 24. And unfortunately, another turnover as Wiggs tries to get it into Miles, and that ball is intercepted on the pass. And foul on Norris. Stops the play at 2:02. Still the 8-point ball game. And there's loose ball. Loose ball. And they're going to call a walk on Morris. So Kellyville ball, 153. Let's see if Kellyville can capitalize here. Mosby with a jumper, and it's good. And Wiggs with the steal. And Norris, Wiggs with the steal to Norris. Norris tries to get it to Mosby in the corner, and it goes out of bounds. Wiggs, the drive-in jumper for 2. So 105, a 6-point ball game. Folks, 105, 6 points. This is a very doable game. Comeback here for the Ponies. But they have to be disciplined with the ball. They cannot afford to turn it over, and they need to get a couple of stops on defense and then capitalize every single offensive possession they have from here on out. They have to score. And they got to get a quick turnover. Morris gets the ball. Kellyville, I'm not sure that that foul count's correct. I think we have 6 instead of 5, which means one more foul sends Morris to the line 1-1. The scoreboard shows 5, but I'm pretty sure we had 5 when they called the foul on Norris down in the corner away from the play. But I can promise you if Morris gets the ball, their objective is going to be to run the clock as much as possible or draw the foul. So and Wiggs got the rebound, but then got the ball knocked loose from him. And then Cronister fouled Dunn Spencer as he went up after the ball was loose, and he makes his first. Kellyville making it tougher on themselves to climb the mountain. It's now 7. Dunn Spencer trying to make it 8, and he does. 8-point ball game, 53 seconds. Kellyville can't waste any time here. And they're going to call, instead of the jump ball, they're going to call the foul on Wiggs, 43.5 seconds. And that does send Morris to the line 1-1 with an 8-point lead. 43.5 seconds left. Wiggs with the rebound. And then again with a turnover by Kellyville. So Kellyville has shot themselves in the foot tonight with turnovers. I have 15 plus turnovers on the ball game. They're not in double bonus. They only have why did we not? He didn't get 2 shots. The foul count is 9. Foul count is 9. They're not in double bonus. How does he get 2 shots? Was it, I guess, a shooting foul?
I don't know.
I guess I missed it. I guess it was a shooting foul. I didn't think it was. So Wiggs with his 4th foul there with 24.5 seconds. And with that missed opportunity on offense, being down 9, unfortunately that's probably going to do it for Kellyville. 24.5 seconds left. And that puts it at 10, 51-41. So Morris has all but sealed the game here. Now up by 11. Mosby for 3. Shot off the mark. Rebound Norris. Thomas for 3. Why are we not stopping the clock? I'm still confused. The clock should stop as soon as it goes through the net. Not that it matters, but that's once or twice in the game tonight, or in this game, and once or twice in the girls' game. So there's your final, folks, 52-44. Morris takes the win. I believe our next game is Tuesday night against Beggs here in Kellyville. So join us again Tuesday night. And folks, if you don't have to get out in the next couple of days, just stay home. It's a perfect excuse to miss work if you're able to do that. Stay home and get paid instead of risking wrecking your car or worse, hurting yourself with the anticipated weather. Hopefully the weatherman's wrong and we don't get anything, but they sound pretty confident that we're going to have a mess of weather the next couple of days and freezing temps all the way through the weekend. So stay safe out there and pay attention to your neighbors. Check on the elderly and have a good rest of your week, good weekend, and we'll see you guys all back out here Tuesday night here in Kellyville against Beggs. We'll see you then.